What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the final episode of season 4 of Keep Your Torch Lit. I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Jack, and yeah.
And I'm Sam.
Wait, does your shirt say Waxahachie, Jack?
Waxahachie, yeah.
Where do I know that from?
She's an indie artist. She's similar to Mitski, kind of. I guess I'm I'm the indie boy.
I know that name.
Michigan.
Huh.
Wait, so you're gonna name a cat after your next cat? If your last cat was named Mitski, is this cat gonna be named after
Waxahachie? It's a little bit of a mouthful for a cat.
Maybe Wax.
Waxy.
Yeah, Waxy works.
Waxy.
That works as a cat name. Speaking of cat in the finale of Survivor Michigan.
Woo! Who would have thought that? After getting a penalty vote so early on, cats.
You seem so excited that she made the final 3. You were just like so ready to vote for her, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I was so excited. I think she probably played one of the best games in Survivor Michigan history.
How many followers do you think she gained on the Squirrel account after that episode?
She said that she gained like a decent amount, like at least
wow.
I think it was like at least like 30 or 40.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it bumped it up. She got a lot of Squirrel account shout outs. Follow Umish.squirrels, by the way, viewers. If you haven't done it already, we're waiting. Cat is still waiting. So
also, before we even talk about anything, we have to address that the co-founder of Survivor Michigan, Claire, is on this season of Big Brother. Like the actual Big Brother. Mm-hmm. That is insane.
It's so crazy.
Insane.
And she's still in and she's killing it. So it's only a matter of time till one of us is on Survivor. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
Either of you ever talked to her at all?
I don't know if I did, but I definitely knew who she was because I applied to season 1.
I'm trying to think if she went to the season 1 premiere party or not.
No, she didn't.
She wasn't. I don't know if she wasn't there. Claire was mostly just involved with season 1, but like I was talking, like I know she was super involved with like Brittany and Liz and Leia, like they were pretty tight with her, and and then she kind of dipped out just like George did after season 1. But insane. Co-founder of Survivor Michigan.
I literally interviewed with her. I remember talking.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because I was in the interview process for season 1. Yeah.
I just remember stalking both her and George on Facebook because I was really trying to get in, and I was trying to get all the insider info.
Same. We've always been big on the insider info.
Yep.
Yes.
So, how does that feel to have interviewed with a Big Brother contestant and then been cut from the interview? I mean, she was just so savage. One of the few people to eliminate Jack Tiggleman is Claire.
That's true. And actually, a funny story. There's like a relation to it because I think apparently George told me at one point that I was like an alternate for season 1 of Survivor Michigan, and Claire was actually an alternate for the season of Big Brother. And somebody got COVID and got her to be on. So, I'm gonna send her that alternate energy.
I guess. I was gonna say, in a way, we have COVID to thank, but also, that's also not something we should be thankful for. But she got real lucky.
Every silver lining's got a touch of gray,
Yeah,
it's true. Unless you're Nate in Survivor Michigan in the Final 5 challenge, then there's pretty much no silver linings. I think it's just all gray.
Well, maybe if Nate knew who Claire was, he would also know who George was.
Oh yeah, he definitely doesn't. He definitely doesn't.
Wait, technically, the answer could have also been Claire.
It could have been,
right?
Well, no. The question was who was like the.
No, but like in terms of the ending with E and having 6 letters.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
It's true. If only Claire was the host of the season 6 of the whatever Immerse challenge, maybe Nate would have gotten it. But
yeah,
I can't believe that all of Tokidoki just completely ganged up on him. I guess I can believe it, but like I felt so bad for him. Like the dude did not have a chance.
I felt bad because he was so far ahead.
Oh, I know.
And then it's just like it's at the point where you can't even like proceed because you just have to know. Like you either know or you don't. Unless you just start guessing random names.
He was like running around asking producers like this, like what their names were.
I know. But we already talked to Nate about that.
It's funny. Yeah. It reminds me of like, you know how Brady like spelled Burundi wrong in the challenge that he got voted off? I feel like it's like that, but only like this is like a 10 times worse version. Like,
is it like when I crossed out Mike's name?
Oh yeah, that's also it's like that. Like the one little thing where if you would have done that one thing differently, like your whole game changes. If you would have like not crossed out Mike's name, if Nate would have just remembered the name George, like who knows what would have happened.
I know.
Like that was just so hard to watch.
I mean, if he's in the right final three, he could win, you know?
Well, also, did you guys notice like how Matthew could not make paper airplanes?
I actually did not notice that. Was that like a big thing?
Yeah, I think it wasn't shown as much in like the edit, but like he spent most of his time trying to make paper airplanes and couldn't, and that's why he like basically gave up and was like, okay, I'm just gonna like make sure that like Nate doesn't win because I just can't win because I can't make paper airplanes.
It's too bad there wasn't anybody he could pay to make a paper airplane for him, you know?
You probably could have someone walking by.
I'll bet you $50. $50 for the first person that can make me a paper airplane.
Yeah.
How much do you think Matthew would be willing to pay to like further himself in this game?
At least $50.
At least $50. Probably more than that.
I think he'd pay more.
Mm-hmm.
If it like guaranteed him
a
win, I don't know. that was paper. Yeah, honestly, like as much as I didn't really like the fact that Matthew could just tell Dale the answer, like I feel like that was a little bit like kind of ruined the challenge for me. Like I feel like from Matthew's perspective, that was a really good move.
Yeah, well, he wasn't gonna win, so we might as well have Nate not win. You know?
Well, yeah, because if Nate wins, I think Matthew goes home.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like most likely, at least, because Dale's gonna play the idol for himself.
But does he know that though? At the time,
he knew that Dale had the idol.
Yeah.
And it's like Dale's definitely going to play it for himself at Final Five. He's not going to play it for Matthew. Like, I feel like if Nate wins, like, Matthew's gone.
Right.
So, like, as much as it sucked to see, like, Nate lose because Tokidoki was teaming up against him, like, it was a good decision on Matthew's part. Because, like, it guaranteed his own safety. Because Dale basically said, like, I'll give you the idol at Final Five. Like, and he did. But
also, I feel like at the same time, I think Nate is like one of the only people that Matthew really even had a chance at Final Tribal Council. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like Matthew. That's one of the things I'm wondering about. Like, maybe we can talk about it more when we eulogize Matthew. But like, is there something he could have done at Final Five to make sure, like him, Matthew, and Kat, for example, like made the Final Three? Because I feel like that's the.
Him, Nate, and Kat.
Him, Nate, and Kat. I feel like that's like his best chance at winning.
Definitely.
I don't think so because Kat was so in with Shannon. Shannon would not have been in that, and Kat would have voted with Shannon. Dale would not have been about that.
Yeah, once Dale won immunity, like Matthew would have needed Dale to turn on Shannon.
Yeah, and that's just like, I mean, maybe.
I feel like Dale considered it.
Yeah.
He considered it because he was saying like, oh, if I vote off Shannon, I have Matthew, and then Kat would be loyal to me because Shannon's not around
he
anymore.
would only need Dale to flip because Nate would be down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't know if Dale would have done that.
But I don't think Matthew wants to go to the end with Dale.
No, he would have needed to get Dale out at Final Four after taking out Shannon at Final Five. Like that's the thing. Like I wonder if like Matthew should have played Final Five differently and been like, okay, Dale, like, look, Shannon. Like, how was he going to convince Dale to take out Shannon at this point when like Nate is so obviously the person everyone was gunning for?
And like, didn't people not know exactly who Shannon and Dale were?
Yeah,
That was like
I don't
kind of
think
a
anyone
thing.
really knew.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that like they were like scared of Nate like having like potentially. I don't know if they actually were scared, but at least they talked about it about like just because there's a lot of El Nortes on the jury if like if Nate gets the end.
I think Matthew is the most afraid of that. So if of anybody, Matthew is probably the least likely to want to like save Nate. I don't know. I feel like maybe Matthew had to have made some moves before Final Five, to be honest. Because I don't know if by the time Dale won that immunity, I don't know if Matthew had a winning Final Three. Yeah. Maybe if he gets there with Shannon and Kat, and like Shannon has a really bad Final Tribal somehow, and he has a really good one, but I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. But do you think there's anything different Nate could have done at Final Five after he lost the challenge?
I don't really think so. Like, what could he have done?
He probably shouldn't have eaten food in it by himself. You know, that I think that's he should have just not eaten anything in his apartment. It's obviously a curse. He definitely destined himself to 5th place right there.
Yeah.
He could have bribed the producers. Some like some underground black market bribing.
Wasn't he the one jacket like at the rules meeting that was asking if blackmail was allowed?
I think that was the first thing that I remember like being like, okay, I'm worried about Nate. Like literally from day one, I'm like, okay, this guy wants to blackmail people.
Like asking in front of all the cast, like, by the way, producers, is blackmail allowed in this game?
Shall we eulogize Nate?
Yeah, I mean, after giving a brief shout out to Shannon for eating a worm at Final Tribal, I mean, shout out to Shannon. Dogs gotta eat.
Dogs gotta eat.
I gotta honestly say that's actually like, as much as I thought it was such a funny like moment and like a whatever, just like a fun thing that happened. It's actually I feel like that was actually good gameplay by Shannon too. I don't know if she was thinking about it as gameplay, but like it just made her look like really like, I don't know, like likable to the jury and badass and like, wow, like Shannon's like, you know, all the jury was like clapping and laughing. Wow, Shannon's so great. Like they all loved it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I actually think that was like a great moment for Shannon.
You're right. I do feel like the best people who like best Survivor players do kind of treat tribal council and like the post merge as kind of like a theater thing. You want like, you know, to entertain the jury or like for them to like, you know, like you and root for you, you know? And like I feel like definitely by that point, like everybody in the jury was like rooting for Shannon.
And I remember a moment where Dale was like, "You won't do it, you won't," and she was like, "Yeah, I will. Dogs got to eat." Like, just proving, like, "Oh yeah, like you bet I won't do this. Like, I fucking will do it." Like, I don't know. I just feel like that gained respect from people.
Yeah,
that could have been such good foreshadowing if Dale was like, you know, like, "Oh, I bet you won't cut me. You bet you won't cut me." You know?
It really could have been, but instead, very predictable. Nate goes home. He had a nice little moment with Kat before where he apologized for, you know, calling her the C word, and she
Kat
didn't really accept it though. No, she didn't. But I mean, at least Nate apologized, I guess. It's fair enough. Fair enough. Can't have a happy ending for everybody. But yeah, Nate, last El Norte number goes home. Very sad.
Wow.
So, sorry. You're saying eulogy for Nate, as you said, Sarah.
Yes, eulogy for Nate. Honestly, never would have expected him to be the last El Norte, especially from the beginning. He didn't seem to be positioned to be the last El Norte, but he just kept fighting week after week, doing those puzzles and kind of making it through. And at the end, it was just kind of hard for him. Like he kind of just had to win challenges because, you know, the Tokidoki was being stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd definitely have to give props to his relationship with Ivy. Like that was definitely one of like the strongest relationships, like one-on-one relationships in the game, and she really like helped him out a lot. I feel like
Yeah.
And making sure like that he wasn't voted off and that, other targets on El Norte were taken out before him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think they did a pretty good job of keeping that a secret, right? Did people really know about it?
I feel like it would, by the end of like pre-merge, I feel like
People like knew.
they had an idea. I feel like I had an idea of it at least.
But it wasn't like that threatening, or I feel like people would have gone for them sooner.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think just neither of them people thought of as being that threatening of players. So I don't know.
I feel like Nate did a really good job of like you guys were saying, the relationship with Ivy, even if people knew about it, like Ivy was still had enough power in the game to like really protect Nate from being voted off. So I feel like that was pretty big. And plus, like, his ability to scramble was great. Like, every time it seemed like he was going to go home, he managed to, like, find a way out of it. Like, starting with the Ben thing where he, like, followed Camila and all that jazz. And then, like, throughout all the votes where, like, all the El Nortes were going, it was never Nate. And then he won the puzzles when he needed to. Remember how Shannon was saying if you guys would have lost that challenge, this swap, Nate would have gone home. So him winning that puzzle literally saved his life in the game.
Yeah.
And he did it again. He won the puzzle. He like won immunity at like final 6. Like Nate won immunities when he needed to. And I feel like if he would have just known George's name, he would have won this one. I think he would have had a good chance at winning the next one too. Because the next one ended with another puzzle.
Yeah.
Like I think that if Nate would have remembered George's name, I think he would have made the final 3. Easily. And he would have had, I think it would have been, he definitely didn't like make a ton of, I don't know if he would have been able to win the game depending on who is there, but I feel like he would have a very strong pitch is like, look at this. I won, especially if he had just ended it on like a 3 immunity winning streak and was the only El Norte and kind of had this underdog story. I don't know if he would have won, but I feel like it would have had a great pitch. So like, I don't know, as much as I feel like Nate definitely could have built more relationships and like tried harder to like, be a part of the game and a part of the votes because he didn't really ever know what was going on. But the things he did do well were the challenges and the scrambling. And I feel like that was almost enough to get him to the end. But he really should have probably made some more relationships. Like imagine if he would have had a better relationship with Shannon or Kat. Instead of like having Kat as an adversary, what if like Kat was his number? Like I feel like there are relationships that Nate could have built better. Other than just literally having only Ivy and then being kind of screwed when Ivy was gone. But I don't know. I think that it's really, it was impressive that he made it as far as he did.
Can I do a quick hypothetical? Because it just came to my mind. I love the little hypotheticals. So what happens if Nate, so Nate wins Final 5 immunity. Matthew probably goes home. I think we all probably agree on that. But what if he wins that Final 4 immunity? What happens then? I feel like Shannon probably still doesn't betray Dale. So Shannon and Dale vote for Kat, and then like Kat and Nate vote for Dale or something, and then it goes to.
I don't even think Kat.
Tiebreaker.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Because Kat's not going to vote for Shannon.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I feel like Shannon. It seemed like from what she was saying, and maybe this is wrong, a big part of why she made her decision was because she was afraid Matthew was going to win the game, and she would have rather lost to Dale than to Matthew. But if she knows it's guaranteed, it could be her, Nate, and Kat. Like, I wonder if she's more okay with turning on Dale at that point.
Yeah, that'd be really wow.
No, I think she would still give him a chance with the tie.
Yeah.
Because remember, she didn't want Dale to be like mad.
Because Kat would not vote for Shannon.
Yeah,
Kat would vote for Kat would just vote for Dale.
Yeah. And Nate obviously vote for Dale.
Yes. I wonder, if it's a Dale and you think that Dale and Shannon vote for Kat, like a Dale and Kat tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I feel like Dale wins.
Dale probably wins, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's like,
but
I don't know.
Maybe they get Kat. Maybe they get convince Kat to quit somehow, or like toss her. I don't know. Maybe they get Kat to toss her vote on Shannon. I don't know. Or maybe Shannon does turn on Dale. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I feel like
maybe with Kat and Nate is like really pushing Dale on Shannon instead of just like one person. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah. Well, I guess nobody really voted for Dale. Yeah, I feel like maybe I don't know. Yeah, it's really interesting.
I feel like if Matthew is gone, Shannon is much more likely to vote for Dale. So I feel like such a big part of Dale's argument was like, look, Matthew's like the Tarowski. Like if he gets to the end, he could win. Like
Tarowski.
Yeah.
Tarowski.
That's the argument.
I forgot about that.
Well, like, what's the argument for voting out Kat?
There's not.
Or does Dale like go to Kat and try to get her to vote Shannon? Like, I don't know. I don't know. We don't have to spend too much time on this, but it's just kind of funny to think about.
It is kind of funny to think about. It would have been very different. It would have been pretty interesting. But
alas, it was not to be.
Guys, this ranking's going to be intense.
The 5th place ranking.
We've got the bros in this 5th place.
We do.
Well, I don't know if they're really bros. Mike is a bro.
Mike is bro. That was a little broy.
That was a little broy. I don't think Will and Nate are that broy.
No. But yeah.
But yes, we currently have Thal first, Mike second, and Will third. So where does Nate fit into this? I say Thal is still first for sure. And honestly, I would also put Mike second still. I think Mike is like a really good player.
Mike is really good. Like honestly, he might have an argument
being first
almost,
above
but
Thal.
Thal's also really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thal is also really good though. Yeah.
But
Thal had a really good social game.
I think we discussed it before that like there's a good we thought that Thal might be the better player out of him and Tarowski. Just like
I think so.
Yeah.
It's probably a hot take among most of the fans, but I feel like Tarowski's a little bit overrated.
Well, I think Thal's more social than Tarowski, like in terms of social game.
Tarowski had we'll have to talk about this when we get to the winner ranking, but I feel like Tarowski relied on a lot of luck.
Oh my god, the winner ranking is gonna be
fun.
Woo!
I honestly don't think that Nate is better than Will.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think Will has more like.
Will actually knew what was going on for some of the votes, and Nate did not know what was going on for any like he knew what was going on for maybe like 1 or 2 of them.
I think Nate like is kind of stubborn when it comes to his opinions on certain people, and it's like kind of hard for him to change his mind about it.
And I think it's really hard for me to picture him winning in a jury vote. And if I can see Will winning a jury vote if he were to make it. I feel like it would be hard for Will to make it to a finale, but
if he was with like Devin or Cassie or like a lot of people, he would have in the final 5 or 6. He probably would have won. But like, I can't see Nate beating many combinations of people. Nate was very good at challenges. Like I'll give him that.
And great TV.
He was. Oh, he was excellent TV. He just didn't. As far as control over the game, though, like. He never really had much at all. He never really knew what was going on.
Right.
So
I'm fine with putting him 4th.
Yeah.
I don't have that much to argue about that one.
Yeah, no, I think this is a somewhat easy one. As much as we love Nate.
All right.
First, sorry, you can go ahead, Sarah.
So we have, for 5th place, we have Thal, then Mike, then Will, then Nate. But a great lineup in 5th place.
It's a good lineup. First people to get cut in the finale. It's always like it's always a good group of people.
Yeah.
You just can't quite justify bringing them to Final 4.
Now the next, like the rites of passage that came next, I was super jealous that they did this.
Oh, I know.
I really wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine you and Nick like doing the rites of passage.
Me, Nick, and it would have been one.
And like Lucy,
Nick, and Lucy, and Malik.
Oh god. I'm just imagining Lucy like just reactions to people.
Wait, that would have been so. That would have been so fun.
They would be like, I don't know who these people are for most of the Johannas. Oh my god, that would have been great. I wish. Maybe like in the Blu-ray release, 5 years from now, we'll have to do some CGI rites of passage. You guys will have to meet up and like do like a posthumous rites of passage, whatever.
I loved how it was like raining too. It was like, really dramatic, and they had to like actually walk places. And I love the editing with like when you actually like got a scene of the player and like something
Yeah.
they said that was kind of iconic. I love that so much. Like I might go rewatch that scene.
It was so great. I got to give a shout out to Dale for having this idea. It was a great idea. I love that he did that and he organized it. So big shout out to the swag dad on this one.
Yes. Now, for the challenge though, had he seen the episode in season 1 where Tarowski and Thal bought the diapers? Is that where he got his info, or was this an original idea?
That's a good cue. I don't know what was the timeline on this? Had the finale been out by then?
I actually don't think so, because I remember later on in this episode, it showed that, remember how Dale and Shannon had their final meeting the same night as the finale? And this was like a week before. So I guess he thought of the diaper idea like independently of Thal and of the Alex T's.
The best thing was like showing up the challenge. He realizes it's not endurance, and he's wearing a diaper.
He was. he got like chafed the whole time. It's so funny. I really wish we got to see Dale just like shit his pants.
If it was endurance, though, I do believe that Dale probably would have won.
I
believe he would have shit his pants to win Survivor.
Yeah,
for sure.
He would. You see, the funny thing is, if he shit his pants, I feel like nobody would have. I don't think that they would have really cared. They'd be like,
I don't think they would have been fazed by it. Like Kat
they would. I don't think
not give a
shit.
I don't think Shannon would give a shit.
Literally wouldn't give a shit.
Literally,
I wouldn't give a shit. I don't even know if they would notice unless he like told them like, oh guys.
No, you don't think? I think
Matthew would have just done his little Matthew giggle smirk.
Do adult diapers like conceal the smell?
No, you could definitely smell it.
I feel like baby diapers.
Ew, but it's even worse. It's even worse when there's like a little bit of a perfume scent over the smell.
If you have a diaper that's covered up by like pants, would you be able to smell it? That's the question.
I think Sam, we should try to test this out. I think we should go get a diaper.
I think you can
for the podcast.
Well, as an engineer, it is part of my DNA to test hypotheses. So, I will gladly have somebody else test this and let us know. This Amazing Race Challenge is like one of the best challenges I've ever seen. As much as like Dale complained about it not being endurance, I actually thought it was so fun to watch.
Wait, fun fact, I was there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were both like filming Dale together. Or something.
I remember filming Dale. I remember being there with Lucy.
Yes. Yep.
And then I remember just being there at the end. Why was I? Was it like around Thanksgiving or something? I was home for some reason.
It was like an end of April. I don't know, Easter maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah. That's so funny.
Lucy was being so savage to Dale. Like I feel like I remember being there for like 45 minutes. She was like, Dale, like falling so far behind. He can see the game slipping right in front of him.
Honestly, I don't even know if I can name all the schools. That seems kind of hard.
Yeah. You think the challenge was rigged against Dale?
Yes, because didn't he go to like Florida for undergrad? He ain't got time for this.
He went to
I swear he went to Florida.
Yeah,
Iowa,
undergrad
Illinois.
For him was like 20 years ago anyway. So even if he went to Michigan, like he wouldn't remember. There's so many new schools that got added since then.
I mean, Dale always could have just like paid someone $50 to tell him all the school names. So
that's true.
That's on him. You know, $50.
Yeah, I don't think it's shown how hard the physical challenge is. Like the bear crawl, the cry, whatever. It's like super hard, and that loop is very big.
Yeah, it's a full quarter mile, and bear crawls are not easy. Like I think Dale did one, Dale did one, and it took him like 15 minutes, and he was like gassed. Like it was brutal.
Now, do we think Jackson could have done it though? Because he's a challenge beast.
I could have easily done the physical part, but yeah, I didn't even need to. My brain is so big that I already know all the school names anyways. But could I have done the physical part if I had to? No, it would have been easy. Don't
even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
But Matthew, as we know, paid for an egg. It was like right in front of him too. It was literally like $50 if you find an egg just like this. He was like, "Oh, I found it," and some kid was just like standing there.
The hopping was so funny though. Like seeing them hop.
It was so bad.
Seeing Matthew Israel hop for some reason was hilarious. Dale was not hopping.
The lion hopping. Like
Dale was skipping, but Matthew was hopping.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the most like gimmicky thing I've ever seen in one of our challenges. But it was so funny.
Did they have to wear ears or was I hallucinating?
Yeah, they did. Literally hazing.
And then, but Kat is an unbothered queen of this challenge. She literally just does not care, yet she wins. That's how life is sometimes, you know?
It really is. She stopped to pet a squirrel on the way. Like she was not even concerned at all. I love how she was just like I kind of want to win just to like beat Matthew because I just don't want Matthew to win.
Yeah, I just feel like in life, sometimes when you try really hard, you like don't succeed. And then someone like doesn't try and they like kill it. And it's always really upsetting.
We're talking about like
that's how I felt about that
season
challenge.
2. We're talking about like the fun.
No, I'm just talking about life. I'm literally just talking about life.
No, I know what you mean. You're exactly right. That happens, but you gotta love. I feel like it's like the funniest outcome too. Like Kat winning and then just like not giving a shit and then winning it, and then also becoming the all-time challenge leader for Survivor Michigan.
I know, like Kat hasn't broken out a sweat. Matthew's like lost some hair. He's like limping.
Oh, I know.
The lion is ragged. Raggedy lion.
I really. It's sad. As I've taught, that must have been a tough puzzle because like they were there for a while, and Dale almost caught up to them.
Yeah. I mean, props to him for us staying in the game and not giving up.
Yep. But congrats to Kat making the final 3, earning her way there, arguably. So Dale didn't win the challenge. That means he's definitely gone, right? Like, Dale's going to get voted off, and it's going to be Shannon, Kat, and Matthew in the final 3, right?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so let's eulogize Dale. I mean, like, it's always so hard when somebody plays the game so well, it's out at 4, but he did all he could.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, to see someone just fall just short, and that the game just slips before. We've seen it before with Sarah, and it's happening again. I can't believe this.
But no, because Dale did not attend Pioneer or have any relatives who attended Pioneer.
Oh,
so there's no way he could have gotten 4th. That was really the reason why he won this game, is because he didn't go to Pioneer.
True.
That's crazy. That's like destiny. Yeah. I wonder if Lavana was involved with that. Lavana secretly got Matthew together with his girlfriend so that way we'd be able to make it to the final 3.
Matthew's dad also went to Pioneer.
Whoa, that's way too many Pioneer connections.
You can't get out of that one.
Oh man, he has a double connection. He's definitely.
Yeah. So that's why both of his seasons he couldn't win because first season because girlfriend and then second season dad. So maybe if he came back for a 3rd time, he could win. Like Boston Rob, maybe it'll take him 4 times. He's reading from the Boston Rob handbook, so I think he is following the same game plan.
He was.
He was. How many times do we think he's read that book?
He knows every word.
He has it memorized.
I saw a funny YouTube comment about how like if someone says something like, "Well, Matthew's reading the Boston Rob playbook, but Boston Rob like lost the first like 2 times that he played the game, or like when he returned as a returnee, he like lost the final tribal council." And it's like, yeah, maybe you don't want to be Boston Rob.
And Matthew is definitely losing that final tribal council, no matter what configuration of this 4. if he did it,
yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a peach. But you guys can continue.
Okay. Oh man, shit. I was gonna say something. But oh yeah, for people that don't know what the Pioneer Curse was we were referring to, it's like every season so far, the person that's got 4th place has gone to Pioneer High School in Ann Arbor, or at least like had a connection to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was Leia in season 1 went to Pioneer, Sarah in season 2, Cassie in season 3, and then now Matthew, as you were saying, his dad and his girlfriend both went to Pioneer. So,
yeah,
you know.
So if you're in middle school and thinking of going to Pioneer High School and you want to play in Survivor Michigan someday, maybe try to convince your parents that you go to a different high school.
Yeah, you should maybe hit up Huron if you want to be a Survivor Michigan player. I think that maybe that's why Dale made Mad Men Alliance. As soon as maybe he did some research, found out that Matthew's girlfriend went to Pioneer, and he was like, well, easy. You know, I'll bring this kid to Final Four, and then he's going to be 4th place.
Exactly, and then I'm going to win. It's a great strat.
Yeah, Dale really was thinking, 10,000 steps ahead, just like Ben would have. Your cat.
Mitski.
It's not Mitski.
Oh, are you going to sit right on my laptop? Okay.
So, do you think there's much more Matthew could have done at this vote to like save himself? Because it seems like at first that Dale should have been the goner, but he wasn't. Like, I don't know. I feel like Dale played it perfectly.
Yeah, it's hard to really know what Matthew could have done differently.
What I missed?
I guess we're just talking about like if there was anything Matthew could have done differently at Final Four. It's just like because Dale just played it so well. It's just getting Shannon,
Well, Matthew had a terrible relationship with Shannon, and that was really the real issue.
Yeah.
He
had a terrible relationship with like both Kat and Shannon. I feel like
it's how we were saying earlier. Like, I feel like so much of Shannon's decision was based around not wanting to lose to Matthew. So yeah, maybe he had to have just had a better relationship with Shannon throughout the game.
Yeah. And like I think the big part of that was that he was a little too game body with her. Whereas like he had to be a little more personable.
Yeah, or what if even at Final Four, like he just like had a real heart-to-heart, like, listen, Shannon, like
I still think it's too late.
It could have been, but I feel like that would have been better than what he did, which was just like right before Tribal, like, you're gonna lose. Like, you're gonna lose if you do this. Like, such a dumb decision. Blah blah. This is the strategy behind why you should do this.
Yeah, like, what if he was threatening her?
Like, listen, Shannon, like, I really care about you. I see what you've been through throughout this game. Like, I think that I would really love to see you win this game. I feel like the jury might not respect you as much if you take Dale. Like, I'm saying this like heart to heart because I know how much you care about it. Like, if he would have maybe came from that kind of angle.
I just feel like Shannon really did not like Matthew. I don't think there's like, I think she would, no matter what angle he came from, I think Shannon would just be like, this is BS.
Yeah, well, I think Shannon would have been like, he's putting on a show now. He wouldn't seem genuine.
Like, oh, now he's genuine at final, like when he actually needs me. Like, oh,
yeah,
fuck you, Matthew. Yeah.
I mean, he had to have just been genuine more. I think he just needed to develop more of a personal relationship with her from like the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And like he did that with Dale, it seemed like, but I just think he didn't do it as well.
Did he do that with Dale, or did Dale mold to him? I think Dale was better at molding to every person.
I think that's true. I think that Dale and Matthew kind of both saw the game similarly, though.
Yeah.
Like, they were both like saw it very strategically and really enjoyed talking about strategy. So I feel like they bonded a lot over that. Whereas like Shannon didn't bond with people as much over that as much as just like, hey Jack, can you say that you two like talked a lot more just about like, oh, the Avengers and whatever's other stuff.
I didn't realize that Shannon didn't know the show that well. I assumed that she did.
Yeah. Wow. She really seemed like she did because she was just such a she had such a natural sense of the game.
100%.
Yeah.
Matthew, as much as like we've shit on Matthew, like I feel like he has such a good game sense for like he understands the game, he understands the strategy, and I know how much he loves the game and loves playing it. And I feel like when he's playing with people that have the same mindset as him, I feel like that's when he does the best. But season 4 had a lot of people that just didn't view the game that way.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I find interesting about Matthew is that he actually played a different game from his first time. I feel like a lot of people, that's hard. Like they revert back to their old behaviors, but he like actively tried to play a completely different game his second time around, which I think is kind of cool.
He was the only one of those returnees I feel like who really changed their game. I don't know.
Yeah. That being said, I maybe the way he played the game the first time was a little bit better for him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't know. We're kind of getting into the Matthew eulogy here, but like since he was a returnee, I don't think he could have played the same way. Like I don't think there was even an option.
I mean, he made it much further than any of the other returnees. So, like, he was doing something right, you know.
And he had the double thing of like his season was airing at the time.
Mm-hmm. And like I think he had a good idea of like staying under the radar at least for a while, and like especially like letting me and Ben and Elisa all kind of be like much bigger players and stuff like that in the pre-merge. But I just feel like his problem was that he just stayed too far under the radar, like, and he never built up those relationships up with a ton of other people,
Yeah. I think that like it was relationship building and it was, he just didn't make, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I think Matthew has a harder time building good alliances with girls, but then I think back to season 1 and like he had Brittany, so
it's because him and Brittany bonded over and Liz, they bonded over strategy, like him and Brittany were both super fans.
But I think this season,
in the post merge, I feel like there weren't a ton of super fans, especially like like only really Jackson and Dale, I feel like were super hardcore strategists in the post merge. Like Megan was pretty big fan. Like I don't want to discredit them. Megan or Katie or anybody, Ivy, we're all definitely fans of Survivor. Like we're definitely strategists, but like nobody was like on the same level of being like obsessive about Survivor strategy. I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like we talked about this early in the podcast where like Matthew was downplaying his threat level, had this kind of like strategy of like, oh, if I play bad, people will take me the end as a goat. And we were like, sure, that can work for a while, but at a certain point, you need to turn it on. And like, when is Matthew going to turn it on?
Right. Like if he had led a charge against Jackson or Dale, or something at the end.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is, he never really had good enough alliances to have the social capital to pull that off. So he never really had options to make these moves because he didn't have the information.
Exactly.
Because people didn't really like trust him. And I think that really comes down to like, I think his social game, like, not Matthew is a really nice person. I love Matthew. He's a great guy. In the game of Survivor, I think that like we were saying, he needs to find ways to connect with the people other than just like the game body, because people like Shannon or Kat aren't going to bond as much over, and like, or Nate, that's not how they're going to bond with people.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see how Matthew would have done in a full all-star season where everybody is going to be much more incentivized to want to be fully like game body mode, fully like
One of the reasons Matthew said he did season 4 is because he felt like he didn't want to do all stars, or like he wouldn't do as well. I mean, I actually think that he might have done better. I mean, honestly, think about it. 4th place is great.
Yeah.
I mean, 4th place is he whether or not you were going to win or lose making it final 3. Matthew made it to final 4, having the biggest target starting out. So that in itself was impressive. But I do think that the players in an all-star season would probably be, like you're saying, more Matthew's speed, like people that are really gonna like strategy upon strategy, like plans, plans.
Like the Breeze, the Knicks, who like really know this game, like all the ins and outs.
Can you imagine like Matthew and Will like teaming up? Like,
oh my god, that'd be amazing. So I feel like it's really impressive he made it as far as he did. And I know how much he loves the game and like how much it meant to him to make it to the final 4 and how much it would have meant to him to make it to the final 3. He was great to watch in the season. Love the guy. But I feel like his biggest flaw was like his social game, and that kind of made it harder for him to make moves that he needed to make. And I know you probably have opinions. Sorry, go ahead.
I agree. I was just about to say he's the first guy now in this 4th place
Yeah.
What? He ruined our little girl gang.
He did. Yeah. Final four. Should we do the pantheon of fourth place?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like usually one of the highest like for the most part, like fourth place is like like the Rob Goddess, whatever, unless it's like a final two type season. But yeah, definitely heavy hitters in this. I mean, we have very, very strong heavy hitter at number 1 right now.
Oh,
Cassie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cassie. Oh, I forgot we ranked Cassie over you. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Sarah
So right now it's Sarah, and then Leia, and then Cassie in third.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the bat, I don't think I'm going to put him above Sarah.
Oh.
Do you want to make the argument for Matthew over you?
No. I think it's between Cassie and him.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him over Leia.
I
think Leia would kill us if we put him up. I would actually be scared. I think she would come find us.
Oh, yeah, she would. She'd come back from Japan.
Very professional to kill us.
Sarah and Leia were both people that would have won the game if they had made the final 3, and they just didn't make it. Cassie would not have won the game if she made it the final 3 or final 2.
I think I do want to put Matthew above Cassie, because I feel like Matthew, at least you could talk yourself into some scenarios of him winning, especially like a Nate Cat Matthew final 3. I think it's probably pretty close between him and Nate there. So
yeah,
and
I feel there are final 3s where Matthew could have won, but there's like no final scenario where I don't think Cassie could have won.
Yeah, I mean, she thought there were scenarios for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she thought that she would destroy Aaron. At least Matthew knew that Dale he wouldn't beat Dale. And also, one little final note. I know people were like, "Wow, I can't believe Dale didn't get any votes at Final Four. So dumb. Why did Matthew not vote for Dale?" Matthew obviously was doing what he had to do because he knew Shannon and Kat were not voting for Dale. So his only shot was to vote for Shannon and hope that Dale did the same thing. Matthew knew the right most of the time. Given the information he had, he knew the right move. He just didn't have the right information.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus Cassie just didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah. So we're going to plug in Matthew at 3 then?
Yeah. Let's do it. We'll lock it in.
Okay. Locking it in. Number 1, Sarah. Number 2 is Leia. Number 3 is the Lion himself, Matthew Israel. Wow. It's so sad to be saying goodbye to the Lion for the last time. Number 4 is
people know he's not playing All-Stars?
I think that it's fair to say he's said that in podcasts before.
Okay.
He's producing All-Stars. He's not playing. All right, so we got the final 3.
Woo!
Wow. Kat, Dale, and Shannon. I mean, I feel like some people called this kind of early on. I think I saw a couple comments that were like, give me Shannon, Dale, Kat, final 3 or something.
Dale making the final 3 after not getting any votes in the final 4 is insane to me. I cannot believe he did not get 1 vote. How did you feel in the jury, Jack, when you guys were drinking your beers and watching Dale not get any votes?
That's the most shocked I was all season. I went into it I saw that Kat had the Immunity necklace. I'm like, oh, Dale, you had a good shot, but whew, Shannon's gonna win. This is awesome. She's gonna vote him out here, and it's gonna be great. And then it's just what the fuck?
You think it was Dale's fake tears that Anne put into his eyes for eye drops?
Okay, I didn't realize that's what was happening. I was so confused.
He was trying to make it look like he had been crying all day before he talked with Shannon for the last time.
But it's like those tears kind of disappear right away when you like put the drops.
Maybe he wanted his eyes. Maybe it was like right before she got there.
Yeah. It's what a manipulator, master manipulator.
Yeah, no, Dale knows exactly how.
Wait,
it's the thing that
he should have really. What he should have done is sprayed some like pepper spray in his eyes.
Oh yeah, Dale doesn't care about the game enough. He isn't willing to spray pepper spray in his own eyes. I can't believe a chump like that would win.
Yeah.
No, I feel like he talked about it and like he always. I really like the confessional where he's like, I know exactly how to talk to each person and like what motivates them, and like he changes how each relationship based on like getting to know different people, and like he's like, yeah, and I use that information against them. And,
yeah, that's a big part of Survivor.
Yeah,
molding to every individual.
Yeah, I mean, call it manipulative, but at the end of the day, it made him a very, very good Survivor player.
I mean, it's also in real life. When you mold to individual people, they just like you more.
Yeah. I mean, Dale knew that Shannon was terrified of losing to Matthew, and he knew how much she hated Matthew. And he used I thought it was such a smart move for him to use season 1 and like the fact that Tarowski won as like a look a cautionary tale. Like, look what just happened in season 1. Like this guy that was on the bottom kind of the whole merge, he managed, had this target, managed to make it to the end, and he won. Like we can't make that decision. We can't make the same mistake that like Leia and Mitch made. Like I thought that was so smart of him.
Yeah, there's a little bit of difference between Tarowski's season 1 game and Matthew's season 4 game. It's super smart of him to do that. Yeah,
I feel like it should have been obvious that they had very different games, but
but I guess it's hard. It's hard to know when you're in the game what
exactly
people perceive, what the jury is perceiving.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
So
like especially just like really playing up like being a returnee and like if he's like I think even Matthew kind of fucked that too, like if I'm the returnee there at the end, like and people are gonna give me props for that when the other 3 went out so early. Yeah
but I don't know. I mean, I just feel like
so Nate said he doesn't remember much about the Ponderosa chat, but do you remember it being popping at all?
I should have gone in and looked more. I feel like it was definitely a little popping. We were definitely talking a bit. I should have pulled that up before this. See if there's any gems.
I feel like
were people like, did everyone pretty much just know who they're gonna vote for?
Yeah,
was anyone on the fence?
I know Megan was really trying to get people to vote for Shannon. Like Megan and Nate definitely. I know Nate wasn't like that active, but I know Megan really wanted people to. Where is this?
I love how Nate threatened, like, if you vote me off, I'll turn the whole jury against you. And then when he gets to Ponderosa, he's like inactive.
Oh yeah, once Matthew got in, me and Matthew were talking a lot.
It was just like you and
I. Literally, it's like a ton of me and Matthew in here. I'm writing paragraphs.
I feel like I remember you saying that Jackson was like pretty active as well. Like and Jackson had the most information out of probably everybody. I mean, maybe even more than Matthew, to be honest, about like most of the post merge.
Yeah, I was really excited when Jackson got in to like grill him on stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now, is there anything Shannon could have done in Final Tribal Council that would have done like a Mallory switcheroo and have her win?
I don't know. I feel like she had a pretty good Final Tribal Council. Like, I was pretty firm Dale going into it, and like I was like almost swayed. Like, it was really close for me.
Yeah,
didn't you say how like you and Ivy and like was it like you and Ivy were like very on the fence, like almost voted for Shannon?
Yeah,
because you guys would have swung the game if you would have done that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Dale, it was just really going to be hard for me to not, like, after just everything I'd heard from people coming in, like, I kind of talked about this actually in the YouTube comment. Because you were talking about, Dale didn't really do anything, blah, 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 and just, like, literally like being on the jury, especially for me, being literally the first person on the jury and like not really knowing a ton of what was going on in the game. Literally every single person coming to the jury was like, "Oh my god, Dale is like running this stuff." Like I thought I was so close with him, and he like completely blindsided me. Like this is every single person that's saying this. So like I had just like had such a big image of Dale already built up in my mind. Like I feel like I would have like he would have had to have like a disastrous final travel, and Shannon would have had to have like a pretty perfect one. I feel like she did a pretty good job at it, but I feel like Dale did enough to keep it on him for sure.
I just feel like Shannon, I really respect what her explanation of what she did at Final Four. Like, don't get me wrong, and like everything she said. But I think that she lost the game when she didn't vote for Dale. Like she votes for Dale, she wins the game, probably gets almost every single vote, if not every vote.
I think it would have been unanimous.
That was the decision that like between winning and losing the game. And I think she even said like I decided.
I think she knows it.
Yeah.
She knew it too at the time.
Didn't care. Yeah, that's why she was really emotional at tribal council. Like she knew she just lost the game.
Yeah, it kind of almost reminds me of like the Australian Outback, like Colby and Tina, you know?
Yeah.
Like Colby could have easily beaten Keith, but you know, he was friends with Tina. He knew that he would probably lose to her.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm going to do it anyways.
You respect a noble choice. And honestly, it's like, it's different in a game for $1 million versus a college game for $50.
We should have asked Shannon if there was $1 million on the line. Would you have booted his ass? Wait, I actually want to know.
I suspect. Go ahead. I mean, I suspect that maybe it would have been different if it was $1 million on the line, but
if he had been out, I don't know. But also, I can see being out there 39 days starving with somebody, making it look even harder. If she's already somebody who is, who's gotten very sucked into the game emotionally, it's been harder for her, like through this. And like, imagine if this was like on Survivor. Yeah,
Wu brought Tony to the end for a reason.
True.
Well, at least second place still gets money.
True. Yeah.
And she never got voted out. Like she told us. Yeah.
I mean, I think you said it really good at Tribal Council. Like Shannon played by far the second best game. I think that Shannon would have voted off Dale. We would probably be talking about her as the best winner of Survivor Michigan. I think we definitely would be. I think that she would be the best winner. I think I would put her ahead of Trowski. Like,
fun fact.
Yeah.
We have all white male Ross winners plus Mallory.
It's true.
Almost, yeah. It was like
I mean, but Shannon would have had it. I mean, that's just it's tough to me. I mean, I remember as much as I love Dale and I'm happy for Dale, and I think that him winning was a great story for the season because of how dominant he was. Like, it was just tough to see Shannon had the game like in her grasp, and it just that the one vote that was her chance. I can totally understand why you voted the way you did, and you even said it in the voting booth. Like, you played. I would love to vote for you, but I think you said something like, you had to take the shot. Like you had the shot.
I had to go for the head. I did a little because it wasn't really shown at all in the actual season, obviously, because it's just such a little side thing. But we bonded a lot over just like Marvel movies. So I did a little reference to Avengers where it's just like you should have gone for the head and Thanos and blah blah.
Yeah. Special shout out to Nate and his his jury question about everyone riding Dale's cock.
Yeah. Nate does love his C words.
He does. And shout out to Kat for her savage comment to Matthew. Die mad, I made it here and you didn't.
Now which rivalry wins? Matthew and Kat at Final Tribal Council or Lucy and Maggie?
Oh, Lucy and Maggie.
Lucy and Maggie. That's great. But Matthew and Kat's a good one. It's a good one too. I feel a little bad that everyone was like, it's completely ignoring Kat. I thought that you had a good question to her, like, why should I vote for someone that cheated in this game?
Yeah.
And her answer was kind of dumb. It was like, I didn't really know I was cheating, so it's fine.
You can't break the law. If I didn't know that was. I didn't know that you couldn't speed, officer. So I think you shouldn't give me a ticket.
Which is also complete bullshit because we knew she was talking to Aaron. Producers told her you cannot talk to Aaron about the game because she's out. Please stop. And then she was like, I'm just gonna keep doing it anyways. And then she kept doing it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So she definitely knew it was against the rules and chose to do it. And so I thought that was also funny. I love Kat. Kat's hilarious, but
she's great.
She was never gonna get a vote at Final Tribal.
All right. Should we utilize them?
I love how the votes were red and it played the like Danger Dale theme. And you just knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it showed the old meme of like the whole jury is sheep.
Yeah, the ending credits were interesting.
It showed all of Dale's all of his characters featuring, Danger Dale, Couch Boy, Mardi Gras Boy, The Godfather.
My favorite one is The Godfather.
The Godfather was such a good one. Smoking my cigar in the house. Oh, having my cigar. The wife won't let me smoke it.
All right, shall we eulogize? Or we don't have to. Actually, no, we don't have to eulogize. We just have to rank. Because technically, they were never voted out, right?
Yeah, they're not dead.
True.
So we just have to rank.
Eulogize what went wrong with Kat and Shannon very quickly, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Kat, third place.
I mean, what went wrong with Kat's game was that she just didn't care that much, and she made it known.
Yeah.
That she didn't care, and even if she maybe did start to care at the end, it was still part of her persona already. So she just kind of went along with it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she secretly cared a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I remember in her interview she was saying how she didn't want to quit because she thought it would look bad on ROTC or her sorority, so she felt like she had to stick with this game she hated just to hold up a good reputation for the other organizations she was in, basically.
Love that.
So she was just kind of stuck in this game that she didn't want to be in. So she just didn't care about winning. She wanted Shannon to win. I think that Kat's eulogy is that she was not going to win since episode 2 when she cheated and showed she didn't care. Great character though, super funny.
Yes.
Very unique.
Very unique.
If we rank her,
okay. Obviously Aaron. The best third placer, right? Kat.
We've got. I mean, I love these. I love this group of third placers. We have Aaron, Brittany, and Lucy in that order.
It's funny that's all women.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
I think she's in 4th.
Yeah.
She is in 5th place if that's even possible out of 4 people. So
Shannon, one of the most complex characters we've seen so far in Survivor Michigan. I love how she treated her confessionals like therapy. I love every side of her that we got to see.
Oh yeah.
She made for great TV. I think we still think her one move was being too noble at the end and not voting Dale out. That was her one move.
Yeah.
Or maybe throughout the game, being perceived as a little less of a follower of Dale.
No, but I feel like she was gonna be fine by the end anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
I just literally
it was just that one thing.
Yeah. I just wanted to say I feel like as much as Dale had a humongous presence this season and all of his characters and stuff we're talking about, I feel like in a way Shannon's kind of the main character of this season. She is the most growth and change. Dale is just kind of Dale throughout, and I love Dale throughout. Don't get me wrong, but just I feel like Shannon just had a ton of ups and downs and growth.
Shannon
and,
is the main character,
struggling with it.
Yeah.
with her decisions and stuff, and the ethics of Survivor, and I definitely she was so compelling.
Her relationship with Kat that evolved from like hating Kat to like loving Kat was great too.
Yeah, like how the protagonist in the story has like some struggling. You remember we learned that in English class?
Yeah.
She had all those.
Yeah, she had her cooking,
like the power struggle. Yeah.
Shannon she was just such a compelling character, like one of the best characters I think, like in all of Survivor Michigan, probably all of College Survivor, like
all Survivor.
And I think everyone loved Shannon, like the audience loved Shannon. She was such a like interesting character, like she was just so great on the show.
Yeah,
and I feel like she played such a good game. Like I know she doubted herself a lot, but like people might criticize her for not voting out Dale at Final 7, or I think that she made the best move for her game every single vote up until Final 4. Like I think that if she had voted off Dale at Final 4, then I would not be able to complain about any votes that she made, any decisions she made the whole game. You know,
I feel like people get hung up on like the last thing they remember, but you have to remember like how she played the rest of the game as well.
Yeah, she played it great, and she had good relationships with like a lot of people. Everyone liked her. She made the Final 3 with her 2 closest allies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she was able to like sway the like Megan vote, or like the Katie vote. Be just like I don't know. And like she was close with like Elisa and was able to like bounce back from that, and
Did Kat wrapped around her finger? Like she basically had 2 guaranteed votes each time.
And she made a really good alliance with me. Like if I somehow stayed in the game, like she had a good connection with me. That like she was really good at like connecting with people socially. I feel like
Shannon.
Which I think is funny because she's all like, I hate people.
Yeah.
But then she's like, good at connecting with them, I guess.
Yeah, she's good at people. Maybe it takes somebody who hates people to really be good at connecting with people.
She was so good. So, when looking at the second place rankings, we have Nick in first? Devin second,
then Mitch.
Hey, we have Mitch last.
We have Mitch behind Devin.
Why?
I feel like we had a really hard time ranking second place.
That was probably a hard one.
Devin, remember if we might talk about Devin was like so close to winning the game.
Yeah.
And if he had had a better final tribal, he might have.
That's true. And Mitch was hard for him to win the game, I think. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
And he would have lost. Nish would have lost to anybody in the final like 6 or 7. Versus like Devin, if he would have just done a few things different, maybe managed Will better. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair one. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But
Mitch also did that. That move at Final 4 was so bad by Mitch. I mean,
it was so bad.
But Mitch didn't know how to manage people. Like, Devin had,
Yeah, I mean, second place is nothing to complain about. Second place is like your runner-up,
Yeah, I would love to be in second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I definitely place Shannon above Mitch. I think definitely above Devin. I think the conversation's just with Nick, and I think I don't know. I feel like just kind of what we're talking about just now. I think with Nick, I don't think there's a lot of like finals that he wins at, and like I feel like Shannon wins at literally every final except for this one, and like
Well, yeah. Nick to me is like if a Nate got to the end, right? A little bit.
I want to give him a little more credit than that, but
Well, Nate wasn't bad.
Yeah, but like I guess in a way there's some because Nick was really.
But Nick was in charge of Nick was up there in Cerulean.
Yeah, but at the same time throughout the post merge, he didn't really do that much in terms of like driving the strategy week to week.
No, but Nick was able to save himself with like different relationships, like relationship with Maggie, with Mallory, with Mallory, stayed on Final 4.
Like his relationship with Mallory was like, really
like Nick had good relationships with people that saved his life. So like I give him credit for that.
But I think Shannon, she wasn't really first. Yeah, she wasn't in trouble. Like she didn't have to. like because she had so many good connections. Like Dale was not going to let her go and stuff. And like she was so good socially. Like when everybody in the jury like thought so highly of her, and like obviously there's some people on the jury who didn't think as highly as Nick, but yeah, she was really like, and like I think her only getting 2 votes, like you could technically say like, oh, Nick was closer to winning, like he was only 1 vote away, but like I think that kind of discredits like how good of a game Shannon had throughout the whole thing,
Yeah. I mean, Shannon, like you said, Shannon would have beat basically anybody in the final 3 other than Dale. Versus Nick, this was his best shot to win the final 3, and he didn't win it.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, none of these rankings have been that hard.
Yeah.
No, they haven't been. I mean, I think that Shannon is the clear best runner-up that we've had in the whole series.
Wow.
And that,
well, should we talk about the winner ranking then? Because that's
yeah. We did the swag dad himself, the couch boy.
Wait, why do we have Mallory 3rd?
Mallory 3rd?
We have Tarowski, then Dylan, then Mallory.
Yeah, I think that's
okay.
I think that we almost like argued. We almost argued for Dylan to be over Tarowski for a while.
Dylan's win is underrated.
I think so too. I think Dylan's underrated. I think Tarowski's a little overrated. I think this is gonna be another easy one, honestly. Like I really don't know how Dale could have played this game any better. Like I feel like he played to as close of a perfect game as you can ask for, especially in a college survivor. Found 2 idols, which obviously means you're the best player if you find 2 idols. But he actually played them perfectly. He didn't even really need to use them. Like he wasn't like he had immunity at 5 and like 6 he didn't get any votes. So like. But he just had that for so long. He was in control of literally every vote. Like I feel like he knew where basically every vote was going every single time in the post merge. He took out Eliza, which I think is such a massive move to do right before he merged, because that would have her just being in the game would have caused like so much more like uncertainty and stuff. She could have done so much more. I really like. Can you point to anything that Dale could have done better that he shouldn't have done? Like any move anywhere? I honestly I feel
maybe
like
the drunk.
I mean, drunk Dale. Even then, I don't know. He was set up a Jackson blindside and gained trust with Matthew and Shannon by showing them his idols, and it never came back to bite him. Like I feel like Dale played almost a flawless game from start to finish. Like I feel like not only in College Survivor, but in CBS Survivor, I think he was even up in the conversation as like one of the best Survivor winners of any version of Survivor that I've ever seen. And I don't say that lightly. Like he had almost complete power and control over the entire game. And he did have people turn on him a few times. He didn't get all the votes in the end. So maybe there's some more he could have done socially with Megan and Nate. But like, as far as just pure dominance in the game, like I think that he's in the conversation as one of the best like ever.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely dominance.
Yeah, it's funny because as much as Matthew is a Boston Rob fan, I feel like Dale played definitely the Boston Rob Redemption Island game.
Yeah, he did. Except for he played it with better social connections than Boston. Like Boston Rob and Redemption Island, the jury hated him.
Yeah.
And Dale in this game, everyone was like, "Wow, I love Dale so much. I'm annoyed that and I thought that Dale's my number 1 and blah blah blah." Like his social game, I think was just as good as his strategic game. Like everyone.
Yeah, I think his social game is a little underrated. Like he just has such a like effortless charm, kind of. Like you kind of, especially with me, like going into my first meeting with him, I would be like, all right, just like this frat guy who's like 60 years old, like all right, whatever. But I came out of it like, oh my god, like I definitely feel like I kind of have a connection with this guy, even though I fully didn't. Like he was completely just bluffing me the whole time, but like he was just so good at that. Versus like we talked about this with him already, but and this has come up before. But just like versus with Jackson, even I'll just be like, oh, like I don't trust that guy at all. Like even though Jackson is having a lot of the same strategic thoughts and stuff, Dale just has like the whole package for sure.
It's like funny. Even when we talked to him, I remember like usually in the interviews we kind of just like, oh, what's up? Like, how's it going? They're like, oh, hey guys, happy to be here. Dale came in. He's like, Sarah, what are you up to? I know you're doing this and this. Are you still living in this city? Jack, like, what are you up to? I remember you're doing this job, right? Like, he remembers details about people, and it's like he's just a charming guy. Like, and I really translated to his season 4 game.
Yeah, it's just full Ross, you know.
That's all they teach us in class.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I guess if you were going to pick at anything, I guess it would be you didn't win unanimously. Should have made Megan and Nate like you more. Maybe you shouldn't have done the floss dance in front of Megan, or did whatever you did to piss off Nate. I don't know. But, yeah.
I feel like just having frat persona with Nate, like, I feel like those couldn't have done anything. You know?
Yeah, fair enough. Final rankings. We have third place, Aaron, then Brittany, then Lucy, then Kat. Second place, we have Shannon, then Nick, then Devin, then Mitch. And first place, the winner rankings, the official Survivor Michigan KYTL winner rankings.
Wow.
Locking it in for the 4th season. Number 1 is Dale. Number 2 is Tarowski. Number 3 is Dylan. And number 4,
but number 1 in our hearts,
Mallory.
Number one, Mallory is
heart.
definitely my number 1 winner.
Oh, definitely, easily number 1 in our hearts. And that's it. That's
wow.
Season 4.
Wow, that went by fast.
I know. It really did.
Yeah. Well, next season's actually going to be the best season ever. They just keep getting better. What can I say?
They do. Oh man, I feel like this season was edited so well, start to finish. Like,
and the thing is, like, okay, so like I, came out of this season having played it, like going through it, like I wasn't sure how well it would like hold up to TV, just because of how dominant like Dale and like Tokidoki was, but like, Ian and you, Sam, and everybody else who helped with editing and everything just did such a great job of putting it all together. Like, definitely one of the best. I'd say it's the best college Survivor, like in just terms of edited season.
Yeah,
I think
you guys.
This was so well done.
You guys are really good at like the character moments, which is what makes a show enjoyable, at least for me.
I really think that the character, like the storylines, like the characters, Shannon and her relationships, and the struggle, and her and Dale, and her and Kat, and I feel like the cast just had such compelling storylines, and like going back to El Norte, all the stuff you guys did, like I think that
pre-merge was a lot of fun.
Yeah, even if the outcome was a bit predictable, which honestly Dale winning was not super predictable, but I feel like the thing that makes this season is just how good the cast was and how much fun all of you guys were. So that's one of the things I'm really thankful for, and it made for a really fun season.
Yeah. Well, I love how Ian gave himself a little bit of a screen time. He was like, it's about time that I get some screen time. He came out here with the announcement, and then the trailer for season 5 dropped. It was so iconic. I love the scene with all the votes on it, which Matthew kept throughout the years.
Oh, it's so cool.
And then and we get revealed that Cooper's playing. So now we don't know who's hosting. We don't know who else is playing. We do have the outline of the season, though. Everyone's trying to like decipher who's who.
Yeah. I mean, one of them is Cooper. You know that. So for all the people in Discord trying to see who is who, Cooper James, one of the people in there. We're gonna see Cooper. You think he's gonna bring back his microphone for All Stars?
Microphone.
Remember that one challenge where he had like the microphone?
No. Oh, when he was hosting?
Yeah. Maybe he'll like blindside somebody and mic drop. I don't know. I mean, All Stars, right? Like,
I mean, this is the culmination of everything. Like
This is like
Yeah.
like season 5 is the culmination of the first chapter of Survivor Michigan.
Yeah.
and
Like after
really,
season 5, it's a whole different
Generation.
generation. Yeah.
I feel like Ian.
I feel like there's like, and I think the fans are just gonna love the cast. Like, there's definitely, I don't stop me if I'm going too far, but there's definitely some people on the cast that are gonna be like, "Whoa, how are they playing?" Like, I did not expect them to be playing. There's also people, on the cast where like, I feel like everybody like just loves. There's people everybody hates or loves to hate. It's just like every single person has like their story from whenever they were on first, and just like. And everybody just plays full tilt from the beginning. Like the strategy and everything is just like so next level. Like it's just like it has all the best parts of all the best Survivor Michigan seasons so far. So I'm so excited to actually watch it come together.
Yeah, it definitely does not disappoint.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel like it's the thing is obviously the cast is never going to be perfect. Like you're not going to get every single person you want because, and unlike CBS Survivor, like people in college graduate over time. And go on and do their lives in the real world. It's just like you can't have every single person that you want.
And like some people just don't want to play again.
Yeah. But looking at the cast, though, I feel like throughout the 4 seasons, there are enough people that are good players that are fun to watch on TV that you could pick almost any cast of 21 people and it'd be a great cast. And I think that this cast of All Stars is such a great cast. It's insane. It's going to be. And one of the things that Ian has always said about All Stars, and I agree with this, is like, I think he compares it to kind of like Avengers Endgame, where it's like all these kind of like threads, like kind of merge into this one, like this final thing, like All Stars for Ian is always meant to be like his end game, like it's always been leading towards that.
Yeah.
Like looking back at all 4 seasons, like I would encourage people to rewatch them because there's a lot of foreshadowing that goes into All Stars from the first. It's the first 4 seasons, especially seasons 3 and 4, but even some stuff in season 2. Yeah, there's a lot that it's always been leading towards this the whole time, and I think that once people watch season 5, they'll know. Maybe if you comb through things, you'll see things now. I don't know, but this is like the end game. It's always been leading to this. Like it is the best. It's the best season of the 5, and I think that. As great as the other 4 seasons are, like it's just like it's on another level.
It's gonna be sad once it's over.
Yeah, every person getting voted out, it's gonna be so sad. Like I feel like everybody just put so much into it. There's no cats on this season.
I know.
Like everybody wants to be there so bad. Yeah.
Like everyone, every vote out was like kind of sad.
Yeah, and like he's like, like Real Survivor, like okay, Smith's gonna come back 3 or 4 or 5 times, but like this is gonna be it for everybody. Like I don't think anybody's gonna return again from All Stars.
It's the generation.
Yeah.
No generation crossover.
I mean, don't get too sad because it's gonna be a hot second until it comes out. 2022.
So you have time to rewatch everything.
Right.
Yeah, rewatch it. Spend time with all your favorite friends. Yeah. Honestly, I would definitely go for a rewatch before.
It's been a while since season 1 for me.
I know. I forgot. Like we're doing these rankings, and like half the time I forget. Like, wait, what did that person do again? Like, who are they? Like, what was their deal? It's been a while. It's been 2 years.
It'd be kind of fun. We could do like little like season summary podcasts in the run up to All Stars. Like we don't have to go super in depth, but even just like maybe 2 hours, just like recapping season 1, just for people who haven't seen it in a while or whatever, or just like even for us to refresh our memories. I feel like that could be fun.
Free season 5 content.
Yeah,
we'll do a cast analysis once the cast comes out.
Definitely.
Although it might not come out till like the day of.
I don't know.
It'll come out before.
Okay.
From what?
Because usually doesn't it like lead up to like the day of? We should do like a little bit before this time, I think, so people can have time to like think about it, and not just like do it up until the second it drops.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely have to brainstorm about the things we'll do leading into it, but also let us know what kind of content you guys want. But
and I updated the website, so go check out the website. And season 8 applications are out now. If you're interested and eligible.
Apply. Yeah. if you apply to Survivor Michigan, you might see if you can be 10,000 steps ahead like Ben. See if you can be the Godfather like Dale, or you can make some bread like Shannon.
Or just don't even worry about it.
Yeah, don't even
Or
worry.
don't even worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So if you think you have what it takes, apply to Survivor Michigan Season 8.
Yeah.
And with that, are we done with Season 4? Are we closing it out?
Yeah.
Gosh.
So sad. But
it was fun watching myself.
yeah.
I got to be at least a little bit on every episode.
Yeah,
be
you
on the
made it
jury
for
and
everyone.
everything. So yeah, it's definitely fun reliving these memories. Because this is my last semester at college, and of course, it's been awesome talking with you too. Been great to have an excuse to talk like every week. So
yeah, I know.
I know. Yeah, love doing this with you guys.
And now we're just not gonna talk till All Stars.
Yeah.
Oh boy, but when that happens, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, with that, peace out.
Remember to always keep your torch lit.
Keep your torch lit.
It's the summertime now. You can go get one of those tiki torches.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Just keep it lit. All right.
Keep it lit. And remember that dogs got to eat at the end of the day.
Dogs gotta
Eat some
eat.
worms. Mm-hmm.
Dogs got to eat.
Go follow the squirrel account.
Go follow
your thoughts.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.